Alrighty then. Just remember, we, as a race, have forgotten to use our power. That you gave rise to everything. That there's nothing that you haven't created your projector, and there's nothing your projector hasn't already projected. So that's, hey Vajra, that there is nothing that you haven't projected. Meaning that if you could put this thing to rest, null, the flat line frequency, that you would see the suchness of things. And you could actually even operate your body from a flat line. That it's, in a sense, the brain actually gets in between us and our peace. It really does. And that's what we're training our brain. To think properly, to feel properly, and then eventually, zip it. Throw it out. No. Because, we start going. We start moving in the right direction because we sense something missing, we sense a problem, whatever it is. Oh, but then, right, wait a minute. Hi, Penelope.
Hi, Penelope.
So, but from there, remember to use your power. Don't forget. Don't forget that you can use your power. And then we just forgot. And remember, in the end, we're one agreement away from waking up. No matter how much meditating we do, no matter how much we stay in the light, no matter how many ways we can contort our body into wonderful curlicues, whatever it is, no matter what mastery thing we can do, we still have to wake up. I mean, there's no really better way of saying it. That someday some joke, some thought, somebody, something, whatever it is, and all of a sudden you're done. It's that simple. But until that moment happens, we need to just keep working. Keep doing it. Keep doing the exercise. Keep training our dog. Keep getting more and more in a blissful state. Because even if you, we'll just say it dysfunctionally right now, achieve nirvana, that has nothing to do with you. That is just something that your body, your consciousness, your projection can do and should do, and should always stay in. Should always be there. It should never ever, we should always hear our tones. We should always feel the heat, see the light, whatever it is. We should always just be in bliss. Remember George used to say, it's like the worst feeling you should ever feel is bliss. That was the worst one. Oh, that's pretty good. I wouldn't change that for anything. So, pay attention to our breathing. And number one, pay attention to our thoughts. That's when we forget about sometimes. That actually, on this path, from this perspective from me waking up, that was number one. Because once you start paying attention to that, you've now taken the elevator ride all the way to the top. Because thoughts are the only thing that really get between us and remembering. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So, we may be thinking about something that seems really important. Well, just pay attention to your thoughts. Oh, look how the brain's thinking. Remember George used to say, what logic am I using right now? I mean, we have a tendency to forget that one. It's like, either or right now. No. Is it neither nor? Neither this nor that. Remember our thought patterns. Because realistically, it's the self that gets in the way of our peace. I mean, in the end, because the self is not peaceful. Its operational status is not peaceful. That's why it exists. We perceive a lack, and then we go hunting for it. And then that's basically thinking. Without that experience, we see the suchness of things. We perceive For lack of better words, the Tathagata. For lack of better words, the kingdom of heaven. We're the traveling, wandering yogi, just going from place to place. What problems function? What problems do I have? I asked George once. I said, coming from the opposite of what humans do, when you are aware of everything, have your hand on everything, you could address everything. How do you know what to do? Because, think about it. Think about the reverse experience of humans who were always looking for answers. But when you know all the answers, how do you go day to day? And he said this. And we were at our place, and it was a chair he sat in all the time. He said, it's like, you come in and you look at your chair and you see like some folder, papers on it. He's like, and you pick them up and you go, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. And it's like, what's sitting on my chair? And then Julie and I have used that term a lot. It's like, so what am I attracting? What's sitting on my chair? So pay attention to what is just sitting on your chair. Be in that unconditioned frequency. What's on my chair? And right there, you may actually, immediately get something from yourself like, well, no, I can't do that. Or, oh, man, I don't know. What are people going to think of me if I do that? Oh, man. What's my mom going to think? Things like that. So, it's a great opportunity to see what's in there. See what there's... So if you can come from that imperturbed frequency, they just say, okay, well, you know what? There's nothing on my chair. Well, what do I do? Well, I guess I'll just sit and be aware of my breathing or get in the light. I put this out here for a reason, one of these little things, phones, oh, I got a little Buddha on mine right there. So it's like, why do people go like this? Why do they do that? Right? Because they feel disconnected. They may not think of that. Oh, I need to check my emails. Well, isn't that still feeling disconnected? It's like, so it's like, be aware of that sneaky little guy in there, that he just, it's that little itch. I should be doing something right now. Should you? What's sitting on your chair? Coming from that imperturbed, blissful state. It's like, oh, there's nothing there. Oh, wait a minute. No, I need to go take the garbage out. Oh, okay, I'm going to take the garbage out. So pay attention to what disturbs that peaceful state. Co-workers, other yoga masters, wanting to, their input, whatever it is, but come from that peaceful state. And you may say, well, right now it's not a good time, 7 o'clock. Call me then and we'll talk. We'll come over. That unfortunately is what we call screw tape. Remember the screw tape letters we've talked about like that? And, the demonologists call them demons. Whatever we want to call it, we can just call them thoughts. Aren't thoughts pretty much demons to meditation? We're trying to meditate. It's like, all right. Did I leave the oven on? Whatever it is. It's like, those are the demons. And from the demonologist's point of view, well, what do? Well, we get in the light. Like the cross, whatever it takes. Well, if we have trained our dog correctly, what thoughts? What self? And then eventually we start paying attention that the self really only exists when we perceive, remember that word, perceive a problem. Remember that? So if we perceive a lack, then all of a sudden our self shows up and says, I have a solution. And it wants to take credit for it too. No matter how positive it is. Because remember this, all, I'm going to say that again, all good, all bad. No matter how wonderful, no matter how uncomfortable, is not you. All I have actually used that as a quick little meditation sometimes. I'll think about all the good things that this body has experienced. And I'll think of all the bad things. Oh, wait a minute. And it's like this immediate centering that happens at that point. Why? Because the brain is like, it's cognitive dissonance. Hey, I don't know what to do. It's like, which one do you want? Make up your mind. And then it drops it. All the good. All the bad. Whoa. Then there's that, what we perceive to be the center. So then why do we muddy it up again? Well, we just, we pay attention. Pay attention to those good thoughts. Well, we always unfortunately pay attention to the bad ones, but pay attention to the good ones too. Because, they may have an agenda. Oh, we got to call mom. Well, maybe mom doesn't need a call right now. Muscle tested. I need to call mom. Nope. So what's the problem in there? Oh, this reminds me when I was 6 and I didn't, she was calling me down the street and I decided not to, come home. Oh man, did I get a chastising from that? Oh man, I was busted. So I better call mom. Oh wait. No. I'm going to exercise my power. Do you need to call mom? No. It's coming to me to call her Thursday. Okay, we'll call her Thursday. And if you need to write it down, write it down. And and for yourself, why don't you add some notes? Well, we did this is the reason why. And so when Virgil looks at it again, he goes, oh, whoa. We're following our authority. We're not going to give in to that feeling. Remember what feelings are? What are feelings? Remember, we have emotions and we have thoughts. And then, unfortunately, this muck in the middle we call feelings, which is the thing the self thinks it has. No. Psst. We just want bliss. We want perfection, peace, harmony, unity, oneness. We could call it the nirvanic state if we wanted to. Why not? Give it a label if that makes yourself feel better. Can't we say that all good, all bad have been extinguished and we're just in that middle path at that point? Then we can just see the suchness of things and how things move from yin to yang, to yang to yin. It's just a play of lights. And when we want to participate in the game, we know how to do it. We can start thinking again. We can start feeling again. If we want to participate in the game, but just remember, it's a game. It has rules. You remember? Like basketball, we used to say, okay, it's not like neighborhood basketball where, the little football when we were all playing growing up and somehow the goal line gets closer for one set of kids. It's not like that kind of game. These are an actual game. That these are the rules. In this world, they have rules. So pay attention to that, whether you want to play it or not. And when we're playing, if we forget, we got our muscle testing. We got our going in the light. We got our peace. We can. Can you feel peace right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you feel love right now?
Yes.
Can you feel bliss?
Yes.
And it's still the content of your awareness, but you're giving yourself one heck of a treat. Think of the endorphins, the enzymes that are being produced in your body right now. It's from just feeling nice, just feeling good, feeling relaxed. You can move your awareness, you can hold your awareness there, but whatever is the content of your awareness is not you. And someday that'll be as clear as day, just from practice. So I guess we've had a good evening here. We've exercised our awareness and moved into the light. So how's everybody feeling right now? Feeling pretty good, I would imagine. All right. Any questions or comments or things before we go relax our bodies?
No, everything's great. Thank you, guys. Good
You're
to see
most welcome.
Your lovely faces.
You're most welcome.
You're welcome.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks on the 18th of December. Help everybody get cleared out before the madness of the holiday week that sometimes happens with us humans in this world. Except for Vajra, she's just up there in the clouds and big smile, nothing ever happening up there. So, but for the rest of us folk, we're just being like the Buddha and taking it to the marketplace, and we want to bring our light to the world. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Take care.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye.